Grab your drink because today's story is messy. You really can't call everybody your best friend. Imagine finding out your best friend secretly married the man you loved and kept it from you for 3 years. Hmm. If your best friend did this to you, would you ever forgive her? And the craziest part? She wasn't exposed on social media, she wasn't caught by a private investigator, she was exposed inside a hair salon. Get comfortable because this story is messy, heartbreaking, and unbelievable. Let's get into it.
This is BC, quiet, thoughtful, the kind of girl who noticed everything but said little. And this is Amaka, loud, confident, always forced to laugh, forced to gist, forced to know everybody's business before they even knew it themselves. They met in secondary school in GSS 1, seated next to each other purely by class register alphabet. And somehow, that small accident of the alphabet turned into 15 years of friendship. 15 years! 15 years of borrowing each other's school sandals when one pair got spoiled. 15 years of finishing each other foods without asking. 15 years of knowing which one to call first, before family, before anybody, when something good or something terrible happened. If you saw BC, you are going to see Amaka showed up 2 minutes later, out of breath, asking, "Waiting I miss." That was simply how it was. Nobody in their compound, nobody in their class, nobody in their church ever separated the two names. It was always BC and Amaka, never just one. Then Tunde entered the matter. Fine boy, correct English, the kind of smile that made market women give him extra change without being asked. Busy and Tunde dated for 2 years. 2 years of quiet Sunday outings, small quarrels that never lasted more than a day, and reconciliation gifts of suya and long apology voice notes. And Amaka. Amaka was there for all of it. The third wheel who never once complained. The one who held BC's bag while she danced carelessly at Tunde's cousin wedding. The one who gave her opinion on which lace to wear for his birthday. Nobody suspected a single thing. Why would they? Amaka was family. Amaka was practically a sister-in-law before any ring was even mentioned. But what BC did not know, what she would not find out for another whole 3 years, was that behind her back, something had already quietly been set in motion. One evening, Amaka sat Tunde down and told him something that was not true. She told him she had seen BC with another man. She cried while she said it. Real tears, the kind that make a lie sound exactly like the truth. And Tunde, heartbroken and completely certain, believed every single word. Then one Tuesday, and Busy remembers clearly that it was a Tuesday because that was the day Tunde stopped answering his phone. Then Wednesday came. Then a full week passed. Calls that rang and rang and rang, like even the telephone itself had grown tired of trying on her behalf. And Amaka went quiet too. No explanation, no proper goodbye, not even a text to soften the blow, just silence. The expensive kind of silence, the kind that costs you a relationship and a best friend in the very same month and still does not give you a single receipt to explain why. Busy cried for one full week. Then she wiped her face, straightened her shoulder, and told herself, "That is life." She picked herself up and moved on, never once suspecting, not for a single moment, that the two disappearances she had just survived were actually one single betrayer, simply wearing two different faces. Time skip. 3 years later, BC built herself a new life, a better job in a good company, a small but comfortable apartment near Lekki Phase 1, and a peace of mind she had fought very hard to find. She wasn't thinking about Tunde anymore. She wasn't thinking about Amaka anymore. She was thinking about her cousin's upcoming wedding and the fact that her edges badly needed professional help.
And to more nights like this. Absolutely.
So, on this particular fine Saturday morning, BC walked into Glow House, a kind of upscale salon where even the mirrors seem to have their own personal lighting crew, and the products on the shelf cost more than most people's monthly hair budgets. She had absolutely no idea, none at all, that 3 chairs down, Underneath a full head of furs sat the one person whose absence she had never fully explained to herself, not even after 3 whole years. 3 whole years. Busy sat comfortably, cape tied, phone in hands, half listening to her stylist's usual gist about one customer, one waist trainer that promised miracle, and one church member who dyed her bright hair red for Easter Sunday. 3 chairs down, Amaka sat with falls in her eye, laughing loudly into a video call with her friend Tolu. Her phone popped against the mirror and she said,
Tolu, since I married Tunde, my life just dey shine oh. This man no dey let me lack anything. Honestly, I love Tunde die.
she had no idea that her voice was carrying further than she thought. Then the stylist, doing exactly what stylists do best in the parts of the whole world, kept the gist rolling. You know our regular customer now, this particular stylist said. The one wey dey always come with Ronke, her husband, Tunde. Fine man oh, correct man. Dem don dey marry now for 3 years. Anything she wants, the man go just dey provide. No question asked. She said it the way one might mention the weather, very lightly, very casual, completely unaware that she might have just dropped a small bomb in the middle of a Saturday morning. She's still smiling as she was saying it. Busy ends stopped moving on the phone. She just stopped, mid-scroll, mid-thought, mid-breathe. She told herself quietly, maybe na another Tunde. Lagos get plenty men wearing that name. But something deep in her chest had already done the maths on its own, quietly without her permission. And the answer it returned was not what she wanted to hear. 3 years marriage, 3 years of an entire marriage, happening just a few kilometers from her own front door. And not one single soul, not one, had thought to pick up a phone and simply tell her. And then she heard it. A laugh. 3 chairs down. A laugh she had heard 1,000 times before. At 14 years old, at 20 years old, at every single one of their old jokes that only the two of them ever understood. She didn't need to see a face to know it. Some laughs are simply unforgettable, like a signature nobody else can ever forge, no matter how hard they try. Busy turned in her chair. And there she was, not a stranger, not some strange coincidence of Lagos being a small, small world. Amaka, Amaka, sitting 3 chairs away, fall still wrapped in her hair, and the wedding ring resting quietly on the end placed on the armrest. A ring pot, most likely with money from a marriage Busy did not even know had ever taken place. Just as Busy turned in her chair, the salon door opened. Tunde walked in, flowers in one end and a small gift bag in the other, a wide smile on his face, completely unaware of what he was about to walk into. And he said,
Surprise, baby. I told the office I had a meeting, but I came to.
he stopped mid-sentence. His eyes moved from Amaka to Busy, and Amaka to Busy, and Busy to Amaka, and Busy to Amaka, back and back again.
BC, wow, it's you.
Yes, it's me. Where have you been for 3 years? You just disappeared like I was nothing.
Don't act like you don't know what you did. I know about the other man. She told me everything.
Busy stared at him, surprised. What other man? Tunde, there was no other man. I don't even know what lie you were told, but I never cheated on you, not once. By this time, the whole salon had completely silent. Everybody turned their head. Tunde, please, let's not do this here, Amaka said. She started to get panic as she stood up fast. The falls on her hair were swinging. Busy turned sharply towards her. You knew, Amaka. You knew everything. You knew this whole time. And yet, you let him believe I did something I never did. Why, Amaka? Why would you do that to me?
Because it was always you. Everybody always loved you more. You get the perfect boyfriend. You get the perfect smile. Everything about you just the perfect. Nobody ever asked me how I dey feel.
Amaka finally spoke up. She cried out, 3 years of bitterness spilling into the open air. I was tired, BC. I was tired of being the shadow. It cannot be only you, only you, only you every time. Everyone in the salon gasped. Everyone. Tunde turned slowly towards Amaka, his voice changing. His voice were shaking. Wait, wait. Are you telling me you lied? All this old time, Amaka, you lied to me? Amaka said, Tunde, I love you. That part was never a lie. Everything started with a lie, Amaka, Tunde said. He began to step back. The flowers in his hands, they were beginning to slippery slightly, slowing down. Amaka sank back into the chair, falsely hanging. The gift bag Tunde had dropped, now lying forgotten by the door. For the very first time in 3 years, she had absolutely nothing left to hide behind. Not a story, not an excuse, not a single soul in that salon still on her side. Then Bisi peeled off her cape and walked out. Her hair was half done, leaving both of them behind. The man who never fully trusted her and the friend who made sure of it. By evening, the story had already reached 3 group chats. By morning, half of Lekki knew not just that Amaka had married Bisi ex, but she had lied her way into a marriage in the first place, and it had all come apart in a salon chair in front of everyone, the same day her husband walking with flower in his hands. Some secrets don't need investigators, some don't even need 3 years to unravel. Sometimes, all it takes is one gossiping hairdresser, one unannounced surprise visit, and one bitter heart that finally ran out of the room to hide.
If your best friend disappears the exact same month your relationship does, please ask questions. Till next time, I remain the keeper.